Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Ashley Avis podcast. Today I've got 10 fresh ideas to help you writing your emails all month long. If you've got an email list and you want to serve them up an email, I've got 10 fresh ideas that you can use today to help you with inspiration. What should I write this next email about? Now, I got to tell you, I got this question 3 times this week from 3 different women saying, do you have ideas on what I could write my email about this month or this week? And I spouted out a couple different answers to both of them, and all 3 of them. And today I decided, you know what? I'm going to take all of the ideas that I've dished out this month, and I'm going to put them together in this quick, short podcast for you. Email podcast. So I just wanted to do a little recap, just to let you know that if you haven't started your email list, I did do an episode all about why small businesses online need an email list. That was episode 1 of the Ashley Avis podcast, why you need an email list. Then I actually, in episode 16, walked you through how to get started with email marketing, how to grow your list, create an opt-in form, and then create a welcome sequence. And that welcomes people onto your email list. And I walk you through step by step how to write 3 emails for your welcome sequence. Then in episode 24, I shared a lot about lead magnets and how to grow your email list faster and get the right people on your list. So that's a recap of episode 1. Episode 16, and episode 24. Today, I'm going to give you 10 fresh ideas that you can use to serve your email list all month long. And what I mean by that is that if people get on your email list, they're going to expect emails from you, right? Like, you need to be consistent with how often you're emailing them. I'm going to start off this episode by talking a little bit about frequency and how often I email my email list. And I hope you get some good tips from this show. Are you ready? Let's go. So before I get into the 10 ideas that I'm going to give you, and I'm going to zing through them really quickly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about frequency because it can be very overwhelming if you plan on emailing your email list every day, every other day, several times a week, okay? I think that that's a lot of emails, either for you to write and for somebody to receive. If I were getting emails from one person like that often, I'd be more likely to unsubscribe because I don't have time to read that many emails, right? So my tried and true method is 1 time per week, unless I'm launching something new or have very exciting news to share with my list. Okay. So I like to write 1 email a week. So when I give you these 10 ideas, that could last 10 weeks of emailing if you wanted to, right? So are you ready for them? Are you ready for the 10 fresh ideas that you can use to serve your email list all month long? Here we go. Number 1, tell a personal story that you think your list will be able to learn from, or think is humorous, or relates back to the problems that you solve. I got an email recently from Leah at Gratitude Skincare talking about how a woman hit her car. And I was like, what? This has nothing to do with skincare, but she worked it back to how that woman, instead of paying for the dent in her car, which wasn't really visible, she asked that woman to donate that money to the Humane Society and show gratitude to the community. It really was great. It had nothing to do with what she sells, which is skincare, facial, spa treatments. But it was really nice to hear that personal story and get to know Leah a little bit better. And I thought that was a really great email. So shout out to Leah. Number 2, you could point to content that you've already created. And I have said this before on the show, repurpose your content. If you have long form content, point your email subscribers to it, right? Like, let them know that you guys are the first to know that I just hit publish on this episode of the podcast, for example. So if you don't have a lot of long form content, you can point them to a funny reel that you created on Instagram, an educational post or an educational blog that you created. If you do have a podcast, share it to your email list, right? And then just make sure that you keep your email list up to date on the really great content that you're already making. I remember I have a client who had a really popular reel that went viral. And I'm sure people on her email list saw it, but she thought she would make a little joke about it, email her email list and be like, have you seen this? Apparently this is what goes viral these days. And then she elaborated on the topic. So she took a reel that she already had, turned that topic into a longer email, and it worked really well. All right, number 3, I love this one. When was the last time you polled your email list? So when was the last time you asked them for feedback even? You could send them an email saying, hey, I'm interested in your thoughts on my latest product or a new offer or service that I'm going to be creating in the future. Or you can ask them, what types of content do you want us to keep creating? Do you want us to answer these questions, or these questions? What would you like to see from us in our next email? What would you like us to write about for our next blog post or next YouTube video, right? So ask your list and just ask them to hit reply with their feedback and thank them for it. I actually was a part of this girl's email list, a girl way back that was teaching me how to make reels. And one of hers was an email just thanking everyone for all of the feedback that she's gotten from her email list community. And to thank us, she actually sent us all a link for a $5 Starbucks. And I thought that was really nice of her and just like another creative, clever way that you could go above and beyond for your email list. Number 4, if you've got a new service or product that you're getting ready to launch, offer your email list a sneak peek. This is outside of your launch. This is definitely like pre-launch stuff. But say right now it's June. Say in July, August, September, you're going to be creating a new offer or a new service. Sneak peek it to your email list only. You don't have to make a social media post or anything like that. Just say, hey, I'm working on this new service or this new product or this new offer. I just want to let you guys know it's coming soon, and I wanted to let you guys know a couple things about it, maybe a couple of the benefits or a couple of the things that are hanging you up while you're creating it. Cool. Number 5, if you are starting on a new platform, say you're on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, but you're deciding that this time of year you're going to start a YouTube channel, or you're going to get going on Pinterest, or you're going to start on TikTok, let your email list know and then ask them to follow you so that you can follow them back and start engaging with your actual people on these new platforms. I did this when I first started on Pinterest, and I got a lot of followers just from emailing my email list saying, hey, did you know I'm on Pinterest? This is what I'm going to be pinning about. If you are on Pinterest too, give me a follow so I can follow you back. It was great and it was easy, and that was my email for the week. Number 6, I like this, especially if you are taking a week off of creating long form content. Like if you wanted to pause your blog or pause your podcast or pause your YouTube channel, or just stop creating free guides or something like that for 1 week. I like to do this. It's a recap email. So number 6 is to create an email to recap either your top blog posts for the month, your top social media posts for the month, your top YouTube videos, or just overall like your top post. Or they could be like all of the posts I've written on this one topic, and you could recap it. So for example, I've created several podcast episodes about email marketing, right? So I could write an email saying, hey, episodes 1, 16, 24, and 52 are all about email marketing. Have you had a chance to listen to those yet? Here's why I think you should listen. Here are the links. Done. That's a quick email, and it's got value to it, right? Number 7, I love this idea too because it can happen really quickly. Like if you get asked a question over and over and over again, and it's just a quick tip or hack that you like to share with people, write it up in an email. I call this the quick tip email. So if you offer your customers or your clients quick tips after they purchase something, like for example, if they book a service with you and you have a quick tip to make the results last longer or to get the most out of your appointment, or if they purchase a product and you have aftercare instructions or a tip to make that product more meaningful or impactful in their lives, send that quick tip out to your email list, right? Whether they're customers or not. Just like, hey, this is a quick tip I have for you all. And remind them, like, this is a tip I give out often. Just wanted to remind you of it today. Number 8, you have permission to sell. That's right. You have permission to sell to your email list. And when's the last time you intentionally did it? You did a pitch outside of a launch, letting people know about one of your products or services. So when I used to tell people, like, when you own, for every week, if you emailed your list once a week, for every month, one of those emails of the 4 should be to sell your stuff, right? So write up a quick pitch about something that you're offering right now. Maybe there's a lot of interest in one of the offers that you've got. Write up a quick pitch for it, and then why not make it fun, right? Take the pressure out of writing a sales email, and why don't you try adding in a fun meme or a GIF or something? And I like to do that because on Flowdesk, it's really just one click. So my favorite email service provider, I can't believe I haven't mentioned them on this podcast episode yet, but it's Flowdesk, Flodesk. I use Flowdesk for sending out all of my emails to my list. And when I'm creating the email, it's just one click. I click on image, and then I have an option to add in like stock images from Unsplash, or I can add in a GIF. And I love doing that because it just makes my emails a little bit more fun. So I say, write a sales email, but try and make it fun by adding in something clever or funny or light. Number 9, do an exclusive Q&A just for your email list. Okay, this one's going to take a little bit more time, but it can build such a close relationship with you and your email list subscribers. So how this would work is send out an email to your list saying that today and today only, or for between now and the next 48 hours, if you hit reply to this email and send me a question, ask me a question, I promise to respond and give you your answer. And you could make this fun by actually like replying via like a Loom video or something like that. If you have like, I think it's called Boom Boom, which is like a Chrome plugin where you can put emails into your Gmail account, or you could just go to Loom and record a quick video, a quick screen recording of you answering their question, and then send it over to them. You could even just record yourself on Zoom and send them that Zoom link to watch later, like a downloadable video link. I just like this idea of replying via video because for me, it saves me time with typing, and it can be very personal, and that just like builds that close connection with your email list. So send an email out saying, just for my email list, if you ask me a question today, I promise to hit reply and give you your answer. And again, it might eat up a little bit of your time. So I would do this on a week where you're not terribly busy. And then finally, number 10, write an email pointing people to your inspiration. So for example, if you are a big bookworm, or you watch a lot of YouTube, or you listen to a lot of podcasts, or you love watching movies or shows, and there's something that just really inspires the heck out of you, email your email list and let them know. So for example, you could be like, here are the top 5 podcasts I've been listening to lately. Feel free to type in the Ashley Avis podcast if you want, shameless plug. Okay. Or here are the top 5 Instagram accounts that inspire me. Here are my top 2 YouTube videos of the week that really impacted me, maybe a TED Talk. I don't know. So I would recommend just like figure out what's been inspiring me lately, what's good content created by other people that I've been consuming, and then point people in their direction. Now, I wouldn't do this too often because, again, you want people ultimately to come back to you. But if you're the one that introduced them to other really good content, they're going to thank you and trust you for it. And that's it. 10 fresh ways to serve your email list all month long. Now, of course, you don't have to send 10 emails this month. That could be for your next 10 weeks. Why not? But if you found that any of this was helpful, if you like these ideas, if you're going to use some of them, why not send me a message and let me know so that I can get on your email list and watch you in action. So if you want to get in touch with me and invite me onto your list, send me a DM on Instagram. You can find me at Ashley Avis Co. and pop into my DMs. Let me know you listen to this show. Say, Ash, I listened to episode 52. I'm welcoming you onto my email list. Great. Also, too, if you have questions about email marketing, I've probably answered them for you in my free email marketing tutorial, which is available at ashley.avismarketing.com/flowdesk. Flodesk. That is my favorite email service provider. And in that short 15-minute video, I'm actually teaching you how to create a new account on Flowdesk, set up and automate your first automated email. So that's your thank you email after creating a simple segment and opt-in form and workflow. So it can be a little intimidating when you get started with email marketing. I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to see how simple it can be. So if you just watch and follow along in my step-by-step video tutorial, you will be able to set up and have your email marketing automated and good to go in 15 minutes. So that's ashleyAvisMarketing.com/flowdesk. And I do have a 50% off promo code for them, which would save you 50% off month to month on your Flowdesk membership. The promo code is just Ashley Avis, but you can find it at ashleyAvisMarketing.com/flowdesk. Just a reminder too, you can listen back to episode 1, episode 16, and episode 24 if you want more information about how to get started and grow that email list. And again, if you like this episode, let me know. Give me a little shout out on Instagram. You can find me at Ashley Avis Co. Until next Tuesday, you got this. Thank you for listening to the Ashley Avis podcast. If you liked what you heard today, you can like, subscribe, or even better, tell a friend about my show. Think you would make a great guest? Reach out and send me a message on Instagram. You can find me at Ashley Avis Co. You can grab all of today's show notes at ashleyAvisMarketing.com. Plus, find more ways to simplify, strategize, and show up with confidence when marketing and selling online. Until next Tuesday, you got this.